And we are live. Wednesday night with those guys, and Wednesday night with those guys is sponsored by those guys.
Welcome, everyone. Welcome to Wednesday night with those guys. And this is where we talk about everything in the drone world and promote the usage of drones. And if the weather has been nice where you are, please let me know in the chat how the weather is where you are and if you've been able to get out and fly your drones on this wonderful Wednesday. And Lawrence, how are you doing? The best co-host.
I'm good, man. I'm good.
How are you doing on this wonderful Wednesday?
I'm good.
You good?
I'm real good. I actually got some
It's
sleep
like
last night.
a little humid, but it's all right. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I actually got some
I mean,
sleep
yeah,
last night and woke up comfortable.
that's good. All right,
What's up with
all
you?
right.
How you holding them?
I'm I'm all right, but I gotta keep that grass cut so I can see them snakes. You know what I'm saying to you? But
Yeah,
other than
yeah.
that, I've been doing a little bit of this, a little bit of that, and uh, you know, hmm, I, years ago, right? I was really heavy into working out and stuff like that until I got injured.
Yeah.
So, so now that I figure, like, okay, it took me about 12 years for all of those surgeries and everything to get right and everything like that. So I'm going to go back and start working out again, right?
Right.
I feel like I got a knife in my back and one in my ribs and one in my chest, and then I'm dying here.
That's not good, man. That's
But
not.
I'm good. You know what I'm saying?
You're struggling through it.
No, I'm all right. I'm good. Just don't rob the place because we're not gonna be able to keep our hands up.
I hear you. I hear you. What's good? Welcome to Wednesday night with those guys. We appreciate all you guys, you early birds, getting here early and everything. Like Herman said, hope the weather's nice where you are. It is mostly across the United States, at least here in New York. For the next 4 days, it's supposed to be sunny or partly sunny. No rain. They can't guarantee it, but they claim for the next 4 days, no rain whatsoever, all the way to Saturday. I mean Sunday.
It, it should be good, right?
Yeah, yeah, I hope so. And one of those days, I'm probably going to go fly some FPV. But we got a lot of good news to talk about.
But you know what I wanted to mention to you, Lawrence, and it's coming up real soon, guys. That Northeast U.S. drone meetup that's coming up real quick, guys. It's coming up September 5th. September 5th will be here before you know it. It's only a few weeks. They got the meet and greet over at Schooners. So you got to make it there. This is going to be the meetup of all meetups. Don't miss it, guys. At least here on the East Coast, I've been promoting it for them guys a little bit. So
Yeah.
please make sure you guys make it. If you, especially you guys here on the East Coast, if you're
Mm-hmm.
listening,
Mm-hmm. I hear some people are going to
and
be
you may.
traveling in from. I hear a few people going to be traveling from further south up to the meetup.
I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to do this because I got a couple of things tied up I got to do, but I'm going to beat it. I'm going to get there.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm
I'm working
gonna
on
get
it.
there. I'm gonna get there.
No, we haven't booked anything yet, Eldon. We haven't booked
Uh,
a thing yet, man, because
you know what? Let me. I'm gonna. Is it too late to book a room? Because I'll give them a call after the stream or tomorrow or something like that. But I got to figure out a few things. I got to figure out how we're gonna swing it to get back because there's a few things we got to do. But
right.
we'll be there. We'll be there.
Well,
Definitely, we'll be there. What's going on? Yeah, so you know what, Lawrence? Like I said, that meetup is going on. So I believe guys should, if you like I said, if you're able to make it, make it. It's right here on the East
northeast
Coast.
coast of the states.
You gotta be able to make it if you're in the, like what the tri-state or the quad-state area.
Yeah, yeah, right. They're an extension of the tri-state area, right?
You know
Yeah,
what I've been. You know what, Lawrence? I was looking, and I you know I listen. I'm on Twitter, right?
yeah.
Is there really another hover air?
Another
Because
what?
the hover aircraft coming out. This one here seems to be in the rotate. But from what I'm looking at here, your man Igor was all over it from the jump.
Yeah, yeah. That's his job, right there. HoverAir Global. That's their site on Instagram. Check it out. We'll introduce a new drone and beacon.
Word.
DJI Global. This is a hint to you.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
People, they coming out swinging, bro. They throwing jabs, and I like it. There's your beacon. Let's visually compare the new Hover Air Global beacon to the DJI Global beacon. You're being challenged. In other words, yo, where your shit at?
Well, you know what? I think the beacon was a safety issue, and
Um,
I'm cool with the. It's a nice idea,
it is,
but
but
um, but
it
with
gives
the
you less time to focus on flying.
yes, but with the concept of having to be able to take control of the sticks whenever necessary, it kind
Yeah,
of
is an issue. That's an issue.
yeah, to me, I think it kind of goes there. It kind of flirts with that. So, like
Right. Like I don't see using that beacon to fly beyond visual line of sight. Plain and
well,
simple.
well, regardless of that, like well, it is for beyond visual line of sight. You're not watching the drone, are you?
True, true,
If it's
true. But
following you,
it crosses that borderline though.
if it's following you, you're not. It is
That's
beyond visual
true.
line of sight.
That's true. Well,
So
that's all this autonomous stuff we talking about though.
yeah, you know,
But we'll get
I,
into that a little
curious to
later.
know. I'm just curious to know how that plays out. But seriously, then what else I saw out there was well, we all know because of the things that we saw released, but the
Right. But
Mimo app had
we
added support for the DJI Osmo
we weren't
360.
gonna show that little video of
The who?
the hover air video.
The hover.
Yeah.
Oh, they had a little video.
Yeah, they
What
have a
am I?
little video out.
Did they?
Um right,
I
yeah, it
did
was on
see some.
Facebook, in
I wasn't.
fact. This one
Yeah.
right here.
Oh, is that full screen?
So he throws it in the water and they go, no worries. And there it is. He presses the beacon, it activates the drone, and
Ah,
drone takes off out of the water. Looks like
yeah.
it was struggling in the wind a little. It's supposed to be
Mhm.
250 in the 250
Sub
gram
250,
class.
right?
Yeah, it's supposed to be. Whether it
Yeah.
is or not, until I see the paperwork myself, I don't know. But the
Well,
thing can land in the water, take off in the
from
water.
what mhm. No, from what I understand, it is sub 250, but the whole issue right now with we don't know what's going to happen from here on out with Chinese made drones, but let's see.
That's true. That's true. That's true. Now, under the 250 class, are they? I'm wondering because
Hmm.
we'll get into that later on. We got to hit roll call real
Oh,
quick.
yes.
Yes, it's
We,
time.
we,
It's time. It's
we,
time for roll call. So,
oh, yeah.
uh, as soon as
Roll.
you give me the cue, I'm ready to go. It's not too long. I don't see, according to the numbers here. Oh, this says 22. All right, let's
It
go.
says that there's 22 watching, but that doesn't mean
That
that
don't
there's
mean they're all in
22
the
in the
chat.
chat.
Correct.
So if
So
their
correct.
name ain't in the chat, then you can't call them on the roll call.
Mr. Maverick 3, Fro, John Olson. All right, let's go. All right, shout out to Mr. Thomas Baker. Since he came in, he was the last one I saw. Shout out to Thomas Baker. Thanks for coming in. To John Flying Flynn Media. What's up, man? How are you, John? And we have another John representing from Long Island, New York, John Olson. always coming through. Diehard fan. Brian, Waypoint, New England. How are you? Hope all is well. Hope to
Right
get to
on.
see all you guys up there in New England. Warren, Accurato. Welcome, Warren. Did you walk your dog yet, Warren? Steve, SJM Drones and Media. How are you, sir, from across the pond? Always back and here to support us. Takeoff, lift, and land up in the Bronx, New York. Shout out to you. Eldon. Eldon's the man. You got to check out some of his camera work. Oh, let's see. Let's see. I did get Frank Rizzo, right? Did I say Frank Rizzo? DJ Lee.
No.
Yes, Frank Rizzo. Shout out to you. DJ Lee, Mr. Lee, how are you? Hope all is well. John Coopy was in earlier. I hope you're still listening there. I know a lot of people listen in the cut. Thanks for supporting us. CT Pirate, shout out to you, sir. Thanks,
See,
Connecticut Pirate, for joining us. Off Axis, Marcel. I think that's it for about now. I think I got everyone.
all right. You
But
sure you got?
welcome to Wednesday night with those guys.
Did
And
you get?
thanks for being a
Did
part
you
of the
get
roll
Lewis?
call.
Lewis was in the chat. Did you get Lewis?
I did not. Oh, shoot. Lewis, how are you? Shout out to Lewis P. Floyd. He's going to be on, we give shout out to him. He's going to be on the FPV corner at 6 p.m. Finny B. Flying. Welcome to you. You seem to be new here. Give you a shout out. Come on, give him an explosion too. All right. Finny B. Flying. Hope to see you back. Call out Barkley, just on principle. Yeah, shout out to Barkley. 107. How are you? You get snow explosions? Oh, there you go. There we go. All right, I think we're done on roll call, just on GP. Welcome to Wednesday night with those guys. Where we talk a
I
little
heard,
bit about this, a little bit about that, but as time changes, we won't be talking so much about DJI because I'm like this.
really?
I'm hating right now. There's a lot
Oh,
of shit
here
that's
we
going to be coming out that we can't get. And I'm going to
here
have to
we
get a passport to go to another country to get a damn drone now.
here we go. He hating on DJ.
But that's
Guys,
okay. I got
you know
FPV.
how we went full circle?
I got
Guys
FPV
went
to
full
live off of.
circle. You know, I remember. I remember when I went to when I first started flying drones and going. I met up with a couple of guys that flew DJI drones, and one of them told me about a group of guys that fly drones. I was like really? There's people that fly drones because I didn't know too many. So he told me about. He goes, "There's this big guy. He runs the whole thing. His name is Lawrence."
It was all lies.
So I went down and I met Lawrence, but there was a bunch of guys that flew all different kinds of drones.
Hmm.
But the majority of the guys that were there were flying the 3DR Solo, and I was like,
That's what I was flying at that time.
somebody told me that DJI was the shit, and I'm like, oh, these dudes is flying 3DR Solo. What's going on here that I'm not getting? I missed.
Your audio got a little low when you sat back.
Really? And I'm like, what did I miss?
Right.
I was like, I don't know. So I listen. I upgraded and upgraded and kept going and doing my thing. But I started to notice how everybody who was at these meetups earlier used to hate on DJI drones,
Hmm.
and as time went on, everybody started buying the DJI drones and
The
stopped buying
same
all.
people that were saying, "Oh, DJI is too expensive. Get the cheaper drone." Because you
Yeah.
remember at that time, 3DR Solo, and this is no lie, if your drone went down and you could recover that drone, you would send it back to them. They would replace that drone. No questions asked, nothing. Oh, we look at your flight logs. You remember we were flying. I
Mhm.
was flying. My drone went down at a meetup. Two motors just went out while it was returning home by itself. It went splash. I was going to give the drone up for loss. You remember, Herman? I was
Hmm.
just gonna say, oh, it's just a down drone. And people said, go get the GoPro footage. If it's any good, it'll be worth something. And Herman drove me to go get that drone. I returned it, and 3DR Solo replaced that damn drone after reading my flight logs and seeing that both motors just went in mid-flight.
Yeah, because I remember that when you were coming back from Coney Island Creek Park,
Yep, yep,
and it just
I
went.
do. There were 3DR Solos, and back then the Maverick Pro was brand spanking new. Did you
Um,
you
it
had the
might not.
Maverick?
It had just come out. Yeah,
Yep.
because the
People were still flying their Phantoms.
because the Phantom 4 came out before that, and
Yep.
then the Phantom 4 Pro came out, and the Mavic Pro came out like right after that.
Yeah. Yep. Yep. But
Yeah,
anyway, getting back to
but
what Herman was saying.
mm.
Yeah, go
so,
ahead.
so now everybody's flying DJI drones, and now everybody's storming the castle to keep DJI drones afloat.
Yeah,
But
right.
here we are once again, Lawrence. Right, Osmo 360.
Yeah.
Not another DJI product unavailable in the US. Is it? Come on.
You know
But
what?
you know what? They knew this wasn't but they knew this wasn't going to be available. But they never said why it wasn't going to be available, and that
That's
is
true.
interesting because from all the articles I read on this, they never said why it wasn't going to be unavailable. And all I know is that on the DJI online store, it's sold out. It says I don't know how it could be sold out if it was never available. Um, I don't know. What are we gonna do? We just gotta wait and wait for them to figure out how they're gonna work this out with DJI.
Well, with DJI, to be honest,
Hmm.
I hate to say this, but DJI is done with the United States for now.
I don't think so.
You know why? Because DJI can
Mhm.
afford to sit back and sell to the rest of the world. Because the United States only makes up a small population of their income. We have to keep that in mind. We don't.
Um,
If we covered 47%, 50% of their
look,
sales in market, then I could see us acting all bad and shit. But we don't cover up a lot of their sales.
it's a that's not the point. That's not the point in business. The point is it's a market you don't want to lose because when you do the demographics of the drones in the drone industry here in the United States, and you mentioned DJI, you're talking about a company who monopolizes more than 70 to 80% of that industry, from
Yeah.
um, from search and rescue to the any first
You see what
responders,
Stevie put? I agree with you,
also
Stevie. He
in
says,
construction.
see, Capture
It,
Light Connection says DJI wants the U.S. market. Oh, yes, I know this, but right now they're giving us a smack on the hand. They'll be back, but it'll
no,
be a
no, you're
while.
not. You're not. You see. I don't confuse one thing with the other. And when we start getting into saying that DJI and what they're going through now with all of the customs issues, yeah,
Yeah,
I'm not going to say that that we won't see these products again. All I'm saying to you is that we have to take time and wait for this to work itself out. Don't think that if it's one thing, it's not the same thing with the other product. Reputable dealers like B&H and Adorama have them on their website, have these products because they have probably placed their orders for these things.
mm-hmm.
Their distributors, whoever they place their brokers with, are waiting for these products to, you understand what I'm saying to you?
You know,
So,
Elvin says U.S. drones will be forced on us. Yes, they will. They're going to be.
oh,
I
of
mean,
course, we understand that. We understand that, especially after what happened yesterday and or the day before yesterday. Yeah, yes, yes. Um,
what's that? The
so,
Osmo 360? Yeah, we'll see.
when you say,
Fortunately, we have information about the Osmo 360 here.
well, Yeah,
being
well,
sold here in the United States. We do have some information about it, but right now, as of now, it looks like the Osmo 360 is on that list of things that are going to be held up at customs, right,
well,
Herman?
the Osmo
Even though
360,
local retailers have it on their websites.
Osmo 360, like I said, they claim that the media was already told that this was not going to be available. But like I said, reputable dealers like B&H and Adorama have it on their website for pre-order.
Yeah, in
So
fact, right
just
here,
like just like
at,
the just like the Mavic 4
yeah,
series,
look,
you
right
will
here,
eventually be able
699.
eventually be able to get it. Everything has to work itself out. You know, there
And
was a few years ago a get down or lay down deal that was ran,
yeah,
and that's how they created the blue UAS list.
B&H also, they
You know,
have it
people
also. Everything's on
just never
pre-order.
jumped on that list. They just never jumped on that bandwagon. Them and Autel. Um, I just look at this and I said, we there's the same conversation back and forth, back and forth. We can argue about it and talk about it and make up all kinds. Everybody has different things that they would like to say about it. Some keep saying it's tariffs and this, that, and the other. But I look at the price of what I'm looking at with the Enterprise drone, and what I paid for it last year in September to what it's priced at now, and it's comparably about the same. Because I know that there was a talk that the suspension of the tariffs, because in between that time when the tariffs were increased, I did look at that drone and I said to Lawrence, I said, thank God we got this thing last year, because I would not have wanted to buy it at that price.
Yeah, yeah. We got the Enterprise at just before all this. The water started bubbling in the pot.
So
Serious.
so so yes. So now you're talking about what this they they got a new firmware, right? Update for the Osmo 360 that you can't get.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah, that's nice. That's so nice. Bringing what the Super Night mode for the 360 version of this the 360 video. That's nice, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Shooting in 8K or 6K up to 30 frames per second.
I could imagine. I don't.
Enhanced
What
color
did they say? What the
performance.
megapixel is? Because on the X5, it's already 72 megapixel, or the X4 is 72 megapixel. One of those two. I know 72. Is this going to be higher? Do you know
Well,
offhand?
if you well, I don't know. I didn't see that in the but we can get into that a little bit later when I
Welcome,
look at
Miss Anderson. How are you?
hey,
Christy Anderson. Is that someone related to Angie Anderson?
who
Just asking.
knows?
Angie. Oh, it's Angie. Let me switch. Oh, that's her burner account.
Uh,
You watch it. If you meet Angie and she says, "I'm Christy," watch out. We love you, Angie. I'm just messing with you. I'm just saying.
uh, yeah, I don't know.
What's up?
There's a lot of things happening with your Osmo 360, because it has I actually like it, Lawrence, because you got, what is it, support, what is it, got 5K recording at 50 to 60 frames per second
Mm-hmm.
in your was it 4.3 aspect ratio,
Yes.
and it that's using the single lens video mode.
Right.
I'll talk to you a little bit more about that single lens video mode later on. But yeah, that I don't know. It's a nice. I happen to like it, but like, once again, this is something that we can't get here, and we know about the issues that, like I said, the issues that we know that DJI was facing with the human rights violation, with the
Yeah,
you
which
know
we know is a crop of pop of crap.
right. That's what they're dealing with. Why their stuff is being held up at the border. It's not nothing to have to do with tariffs. They don't care what you pay in tariffs.
Right, right, right. We already know who's paying the tariff, so there's no even
DJI does
even
not
discussion.
care about what the tariffs are.
Yeah.
That's
Um,
not even their issue. What
but
else? Oh gosh, yeah. I'm
no,
listening.
go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay, so we're saying. I
Oh
forgot what I was.
no, I'm just saying it's strange that B&H and Adorama have them on their websites
Well,
ready to pre-order.
they're going to because they had the didn't they have
The
the
Mavic
stuff for the
4?
Mavic 4 that was on because everybody thought they were going to be able to get it.
Yeah, yeah, that's true.
You know what I mean?
That's true.
There was a guy who did a video, right? That said
Mm-hmm.
he got a drone from the Fifth Avenue store, and he said the reason why, and he said this is what they told him at the Fifth Avenue store. The reason why they have the drones and nobody else has them is because they were willing to pay the tariffs.
Really?
Right. So you
Really?
tell so you
Really?
telling me
No.
right,
No,
that's what
no,
he said in
no,
his
no,
video.
no.
That's what he said in
Stop
his
it.
video.
Stop it.
So you telling me that one store was willing to pay the tariffs and a store like B&H that has one store, but they have more of a circulation than they do. Adorama, also has more of a circulation than they do. And you telling me that that's the issue? Best Buy, that's not just one store. You know what I mean? If I'm not mistaken, that might be nationwide, isn't it?
Yeah,
So when I hear those type
yeah.
of things, I'm like, come on, stop it. You was willing to do it and they didn't?
Mm-hmm. We got a sponsored but drop right now.
Oh, do we? All right, we'll be right back.
For a live stream that talks about everything in the drone world. Tune in every Wednesday night to Wednesday Night with those guys.
That's a nice dude. I like it. It's cool.
You know what's funny? Evil
No.
Mux changed it, so now when you play that, I don't
Uh-huh.
hear crap. I just see it flash for 3 seconds and it's gone. I just watched the whole thing on the live stream, on the live stream window that I have open.
I don't know why that happens. Hmm. That's interesting. But that's something that you've been saying for the longest time. That you
Yeah, I
don't
don't know what
see.
it's weird because I used to hear the whole thing at one time, so I don't know what's up. As long as they see it, like I said, I have a window open with the live stream chat because I
I'm,
can chat there faster than here.
I'm convinced it doesn't like you.
That's a strong possibility, bro. That's a strong possibility.
uh,
Penny B
no.
was Penny B flying was saying that he got his drone returned back to him.
Hmm.
His Air 3, I think he said. Hold on. Anyway, he said he had his drone returned back to him pretty quick. They charged him 300 and change, and
Who?
he had got in the chat. Finny
No,
B.
I know where he is, but who returned his drone to him?
Oh, DJI.
Okay.
DJI returned his drone, with with a fast turnover like they usually do. And he said he had gotten care refresh, and I was telling him, don't use it unless you have to,
Hmm.
because there's a very good chance that your drone could leave the United States and might not be able to get back in.
Well, didn't it just happen? Didn't he just get his drone back with all of
Yeah,
this? In
yeah,
all of this?
yeah,
So,
yeah.
so it is clearing in some places, right?
True. And he said, I
Because
think he said they sent it back from Canada or something through Canada, or
okay,
he got it from Canada.
all right, because Ron got his Power 2000, right?
That's true. That's true. Ron ordered it on at the DJI website, straight from DJI, and he says they said it would be there in a week, and he got it in exactly a week. So there
Hmm.
is There are things coming from China, from DJI. As for
Mhm.
what, I don't know. The tech support places, I do know they're still offering tech support here at DJI California and
Mhm.
DJI Texas. What they're repairing and what they're not repairing, I don't know. I don't know anyone in none of them places, but I'm thinking about now things should be starting to get a little scarce. Yes, he said it came from Canada.
Okay, but you know what I wanted to dive into a little bit,
Yeah.
talk about. I want to talk about a little bit about a little bit more about the Osmo 360. But what I did wanted to mention to you, and this is strange because a lot of guys were saying, by that you bring this up, that there were issues where they either had drones that couldn't get back from repair or was held up and this, that, and the other, or drones that
Mm-hmm.
they had issues bringing back into the country. And you had a conversation with Ron, and
Mm-hmm.
I want to clear this up. This is not Ron
Ron Brown. The right.
Brown,
When we
not
say Ron, right, right.
right,
This
not
is
Ron
Ron
Brown,
Sobers. Ron
Ron Sober,
Sobers. Yeah.
not the Ron, but Ron, not Ron Brown, but Ron Sobers. All right, I got you.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
And he was first to call me and tell me it came that day. He was like, "Yo, I just got it." I was like,
Mm.
"What?" He was like, "The Power 2000. I ordered it from DJI, and it
But
came."
but you also mentioned a conversation you had in the conversation that when traveling with your drone, like going to
Oh
another
yeah,
country.
yeah. I was talking with a friend of mine who travels out of country. He's retired. Some type of law enforcement, I can't say, but he's retired. And he brought up a valuable point. And this goes to all you guys out there. Pass this on. If you or your friends are traveling outside of the United States, here's a helpful hint that might help with your drone, that might help you get your drone back in the United States. I'm going to explain what I mean. We know customs is not letting DJI drones in, right? So say you go to Italy and you fly your drone, you take your drone with you, and you come back, and customs says you cannot bring your drone into the country because we don't know if you brought it over there or not. A word of advice: take your bill of sale. Bill of sale, proof that you brought that drone here in the United States, because customs could be an ass. They may not be, but he thought it would be a good idea to tell people who travel with their drone to travel with your bill of sale. That way, anywhere in any other country, they try to say you stole it, lost it. Look, I got proof. This
Right,
shit
that
is mine.
might help. Yeah, that might help. That might help because if
Okay,
they could
but coming
see
back into the
serial number,
country, he thought about it because he's about to take a trip, and he's
mm,
like, "What if I leave the country and they won't let me bring my own damn drone back in?"
right? If they
So he
look at it,
start,
the serial number, yeah,
Mhm.
and the
And they
date you
see it from
purchased.
DJI, especially. Oh no, that can't come in. So here's a little tip for you traveling out of the country, or better yet, traveling, period. Keep a bill of sale
No,
of
no,
that
I'm
drone.
saying, but the bill of sale will have the serial number, the date you purchased,
Yes,
and
yes,
yeah, that makes a little, that might help.
yes.
That might
So
help.
painted yellow.
That might
All
help.
right. I like
But
that. I
you
like
know
that
what?
other big drone.
Or wrap the drone in the bill of sale when you in a copy of the bill of sale when you send it in for repair.
Yeah, so I just think about it. Now he's going to try it. He already told me
Tape
he's
it
printing
all
up
over
a
the
bill of
box.
sale. He's got it copy in his phone. He's got a hard
Mhm.
copy. So anyone try to say that he brought that drone because thinking customs, knowing DJI is on his ban list, right?
Well,
They
not a
go to your
band list.
bag, they scan your
Not a
bag.
band
Oh,
list.
he's got a drone. He's got a drone in his bag. What
It's
kind is
not
it? Oh, it's
banned.
DJI. You can't bring that into the country.
It's not banned.
Well, not yet. Not
It's
yet.
not banned.
I'm sorry.
It's not.
Correction.
It's
You're
not
right.
banned.
You're right. Not yet.
It's not
Not
banned.
yet. At least for another 2 years.
It's not banned.
But you didn't hear that here from me.
But you know what I wanted to. Oh, you got jokes. But here we go. Yeah. You know, there was a video out there with Sean from Air Photography where
Yeah.
he broke down these two cameras really, and compared them, the benefits of each, of each of them.
Okay.
And he really got down to the nitty gritty of it, of him using it. And it was a nice video. I enjoyed the video of him with this, with the comparing the Osmo 360 and the
Action 5.
Action 5. Mhm. Sounds like the Jackson 5, right?
Yeah, right.
Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah, get a copyright humming their songs. Gary, what's up, man?
I didn't sing anything,
Hey,
but
Gary,
yeah.
I'm working on my
Hey, Gary, what's
passport,
going on?
dude. I'm updating my passport, Gary. I might be taking a trip to Canada by the end of the year.
Here we go.
I'm just saying.
Here we go.
If if
Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm.
Herman gives me one more raise, I might be able to do it, Gary.
What you need, what you need to work on is a couple of bill of sales that happened last week.
Oh yeah, right. You're right. I listen. I said if the Osmo 360 was about $500, I might be late on a bill this month for that thing.
But you can't
But
get it. But anyhow,
now that we can't get it, I saved my money. But getting back to
let's
this
let, 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 let,
comparison,
let's get a little serious on this now. No, but seriously, I don't know. I mean, let's look at what was talked about in this video. And I thought that you know, it I for me personally, I kind of like the 360. And not so much because of the fact that it's 360. I like the form factor of the shape, the way, I mean, the design of it, and the way it can be used. Because if you look at the 360 camera, it can be used basically, um, you know, as a regular action cam. It's not as
yes.
durable. This may not be as durable as an action cam, but in its what is that? The you don't well, the beauty of the fact that you have of the 360s, and you don't have to frame anything anymore in shooting. Everything is done post, right? So when you look at this, right, and you say to yourself, okay, well, we can shoot. When you look at a regular cam, we're looking to shoot one angle. We got the light and everything got the set.
Hmm.
But now this, we're shooting from every direction, and we can get shots from every direction at one time. So all our stuff is done in post. So when we look at
Right.
this, right, there's a little alert, but a little different. But like I said, the was shooting in the Osmo 360 in the single lens mode is like
Hmm.
shooting with an action cam. It's just not as durable, but now it's just like the similar to the Action 5. The only problem is the you don't have all of the features
Yeah.
that are available from the Action 5 when you're shooting in that single lens mode with the as far as the Osmo Action, or I said the Osmo 360. Now
Okay.
the Osmo 360, right? In the video, there was a few things that he had done where he was comparing some of his shots, because if you know or not, the Osmo 360 has a higher resolution,
Yeah. Yeah.
so
Definitely.
he had done these here where he had compared the same shot.
Hmm.
Well, one was shot in 5K and the other one was shot in 4K, both of them in 30 frames per second in an ultra wide field of view.
Right.
You I don't know. There was I just for me, I also looked at the fact that when you get into the field of view on the Osmo 360 compared to the Action 5. The Action 5 has a slightly wider field of view. But when you go into the single lens mode
Yeah.
with the 360, it
Hmm.
also has where you can actually get a wider. It gives you an ability to widen that field of view even wider.
Right.
So
Right.
it
Because of the
has the
lens.
ability to shoot in single lens view and in the 360 lens view, and that's what
Right.
makes that's what things I like about it. When you start breaking it down to looking at the pricing with the Osmo, right? 360 is 430 for the base price, and
Right.
the Action 5 Pro is priced at $349, or basically $350. So I don't know what your take is on it, but there's a lot of stuff because I don't know. We have
It's personal
um
preference. The Action 5 has its uses, and the Osmo 360 is going to have its uses. The world is leaning more towards 360 cameras because you can get more production value out of it.
you can, but I think a lot of people still think it's a little gimmicky, and it's a learning curve to it.
There's a big learning curve to using a two-dimensional camera and going 360, three
Now
dimensional.
here's the problem. Here's the thing, and I'm not so I'm sorry to say a problem, but from looking at the way that I'm from looking at the video and looking at what he was doing in the video, what Sean was doing in the video, there's a little bit that DJI has made it simplified for you because you still have to use, some software or editing software to create your videos. But I think that they've made it a lot easier for you.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. No. No doubt. Definitely.
Yeah,
Definitely.
DJI is a lot easier for. And from what I was looking at, I'm just curious to see how it works in an editing software. I actually want one.
Well, now here's the catch, and somebody
Mhm,
out there, if you're an expert on the 360, I just started master
mhm,
playing around with the X3. But if I'm wrong, someone out there that has a 360 camera, correct me. Once you pull it off
mhm.
of the camera, you set up all of your scenes that you want in Insta 360 software. Then you take that and you put it in video editing software. In other
Not
words,
the DJI software, not the
well,
DJI
no,
software.
right, not with the DJI. And I'm wondering because no one's seen what this interactive software looks like, or yeah, did you seen any leaks of it?
Only from what I saw him doing in the
Right,
edit in the
right,
DJI app.
right,
So
right.
if it's that simple,
If are they going to use the Mimo app because there was an update for the Mimo app to handle that camera. So I don't know. I'm a little iffy because
that's
early
interesting.
Mimo days tainted me.
Because
For
what
those
was
of you,
on it?
yeah, for
What
those
was
of you who don't
originally
know,
on it?
the early Mimo app days was DJI's way or app for controlling different objects and things through your phone.
The
And
pocket.
yeah, the Osmo Pocket was the first time I was introduced to it, and I've been tainted ever since. But I know they've gotten better. I know it's gotten better, the software.
I just, I just thought that that was funny because their software works with Panasonic software.
What is he
I
saying?
told
It's
you,
pretty normal summer, usually 110, 115. Hell.
oh, that's
But it
normal.
stayed in the high 90s. Okay.
Wow,
Hey,
there's a
listen, I just get
pocket.
a body of water somewhere and just sit in it all day.
I need a pocket in with for ice cubes.
Yeah, for real. Um, okay, we're still good. We're still good on time.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
110. Where are
to
you?
115. Texas.
Oh, well,
Well,
it depends on.
The Action 5, I know a few people that put action cameras on, still put action cameras on their FPV drones.
Mhm.
Um,
Yeah.
I know people that don't. People that still put GoPro. I know people that switched over to just the O4 unit and the O3 unit. But
Why?
huh?
Why?
Why? Because it was the thing to do, and no, Gary, tainted meaning my first experiences with the Mimo
Oh,
app
here we
weren't
go.
enjoyable. No, Gary, I think he was asking.
I
Tainted?
know.
Big question mark.
I know. Gary done took the word taint and went overboard with it.
That's not what it means. I can see him now. Oh, um, I had a bad experience. I didn't particularly like that app. It was like switching from the Go 4 app, the
Oh,
DJI
here
for
we
flying
go.
drones, to this fly shit that we use
Here
today.
we go.
But
Here-
I've overcome I
How
overcome
long did it take?
it. To overcome it.
Yeah.
Well, if I wanted to fly really quick, stop the blood clot crying.
You got jokes. No, but seriously, I like this thing, man. Seriously, you're talking about 4K and all this other stuff like that, and higher resolutions and stuff like that, ultra wide field of
Yeah.
view. Um, you know, I don't know. I said it's highest resolutions. Got 5K,
Well,
30, ultra wide field of view. Action 5 may be a little bit more durable, but I just
mhm,
like this thing that you can hang it on your chest and you can do that with the Action 5, but people will look at that and say, "Oh, that's a camera." But
right.
this right here, oh, I could run up in the subway and just go through the turnstile with that, and they just think it's my body cam.
Yeah, right. That is true. That is definitely soured. Yes, exactly. Yes, Gary. I was soured by the app.
Oh,
Yes,
here we go.
definitely.
Here
For
we go.
yes,
We're,
Eldon,
fi-
we
finding
know what
alternative.
it is to fly on another operating system,
We're finding
and
alternative.
actually three operating systems because the 3DR Solo had their own operating system too.
Yeah,
Okay.
but DJI started out with the Go app,
Mm-hmm.
then the Go 4 app.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh goodness. Sorry.
Uh oh.
I slept good last night. I
And now
don't
you're
know.
tired.
Yeah.
Wow. You know what's been flying around? And your good old people over at Drone XL had the skinny on it.
What's that?
Them and Jasper, they was on it. Mini 5 Pro. We've seen all of the leaks and stuff that's been out
Yes.
there.
Yes.
But
Yes.
now we see the Mini 5 Pro.
This will be the
Right.
first time you hear me say this. This
Here
is
we
the
go.
first time I would have been actually interested in buying a mini drone.
Here we go. Listen to him. He's choking on his words over there.
As much as I don't like, never said I didn't like minis. I just prefer not to fly them. But this would be the first mini that I would ever buy.
Why?
The LiDAR, 1 inch
No,
sensor.
hold on a second.
Uh,
We'll
hold
get into it. We'll
Okay,
get into it.
okay,
We'll get to
okay.
that. But I'm just saying, what was wrong with the other ones?
The camera,
What was wrong with them? They had.
the camera was too small. Once you fly, you'll know this as a photographer. Once you fly with the 1 inch sensor, a 1 inch sensor, and then a 4/3 sensor, to use the camera that's on the mini, and they're great drones. They take beautiful pictures. They shoot great video. But for my purposes, I
Mhm.
prefer at least a 1 inch sensor, like on the Air 2S. And now that the mini would have a 1 inch sensor, it fits in my bandwagon. I could switch out drones because they have 1 inch sensors. You
I
understand? I'm
heard
not
it.
going to switch out a 1 inch sensor with the cell phone camera.
But anyhow, it doesn't matter. It's about the quality of the shot. But anyhow, let's get
True.
in.
It's the person taking the shot.
Let's get into this Joker because it's here and we talking about it, and it's here to talk about it. Because, like I said,
The Mini
Jasper
5
was
Pro.
was all up on it on August 3rd when he tweeted out.
Yeah, well. A leaked Mini 5 Pro misprint finally confirmed multiple key features like the one
Mm,
inch sensor, front facing LiDAR, 36 minutes of flight time. Sadly, the launch date has been postponed, and we will see it when the DJI Neo 2 cheers. When we
yeah,
see the Neo 2. So
really?
they're
Because
telling
he
you.
came back and said what?
Wow, that went fast. Just after reading the confirmed pros features, somebody at Drone Hacks found a clear render of the Mini 5 in their software
I bet they
and
did.
decided to show it to the world.
Uh-huh.
So they have a picture that he was cleaned up of this Mini 5. You have that
Uh,
picture, right? Of the Mini 5
yeah,
Pro.
I do, but
Again.
that didn't actually come from them. That
Oh, that
came
was
from
you who cleaned
another
it up.
source.
You cleaned that picture up.
Hmm. Which one? The one? No, the one of the mini of the Mini 5 Pro in the park.
Yeah.
No, I didn't clean that up. Somebody else kind of fixed that up, and I just happened to have it. Um, the things that interest me the most about the Mini 5 Pro. Like I said, we had seen. Oh shoot! What the heck happened here? Wow, there's a lot of weird things happening over here. I don't know what's
Oh,
going on, but they
okay.
need to stop happening. I'm I'm give me 1 second here. Okay,
Sure.
now I'm ready. Okay, so the Mini 5 Pro. We saw uh like I said, Drone XL had the exclusive on a lot of this stuff because of Jasper. But what I did see was this had a box cover. There's a box, and I saw this,
Yeah.
and I saw some about um 7 key features that was confirmed.
Right. This was a misprint.
What I
That
want to
was
check out is
supposed
right. Uh huh. Go ahead.
that was supposedly a misprint on the
Lawrence.
box when they are actually changing from one
Uh,
style of labeling to another. Sometimes there's a double print. Hey, Bill Grace, how are you? Yes.
mm-hmm.
It well, Bill Grace asks a question: if a 1 inch is better, why not 2 inch sized? Does matter. This color science is what counts. This is true, Bill. It's very,
So
very true. But I've become a little bougie in my old age, and I require that I just like I prefer 1 inch sensors for third like that. Will I use a mini if I had to? Hell yeah. But if I have preference, I'll always go with a 1 inch
okay,
sensor or bigger.
okay, okay. I'm gonna explain to you what Lawrence's theory is about, and this is something that we learned in school many years ago in the days of film. Right,
Mm-hmm.
you could
Yeah.
film could be printed on almost anything. Right, you can as long as you had the chemicals and stuff like that, you could print. So they was able to take a box, put a hole in the box, and control closing that hole with said such film behind that hole.
Mm-hmm.
Now, this is primitive work, but once that hole was exposed and light exposed to that film, right, they were able to create an image on that film. On so, with that being said, cameras are just like the pupil in your eye. And that's why when guys start talking about aperture control and stuff like that,
Mm-hmm.
the more light you have noticed, the more light that hits your eye, that it closes because it doesn't need as much light to see.
Mm-hmm.
But just like your eye, it needs light to see. No light and it can't see. So a camera now, the darker it gets, the will open up its aperture so it can see, or its iris,
Just like your eye does.
it's like your eye. You understand? So the eye, the bigger the eye, the better it sees. So that's what Lawrence's theory is about, having a bigger
Yeah,
sensor.
yeah. It's and I know when it comes to pictures, when it comes to pictures, you could take a picture with a mini, you could take a picture with a cell phone. It's all about the artist and what the artist sees. Okay, and
Correct.
what the artist knows. I've seen beautiful pictures,
The,
much better pictures than what I take with a 1-inch sensor. That's just my personal preference. I
the,
grew up at a time where bigger was better.
well,
Now
the
we're
thing,
getting to a time where sometimes smaller is better, but
it's not that it's better. You're talking about technology that's used to create a benefit.
right,
Better.
right, right. Whereas that cell phone camera lens that you have inside the mini, that cell same 1/3, 1/1/3 camera, it's overclocked. It's the pixels are split and they do a lot of work to it. That 1-inch sensor, they don't have to do that much because it has that much more space. But
Well, see, when
anyway,
you start getting
we
into
need to get
pixel
on
sizing,
with hold on.
you start getting into a lot of things. When you start talking about the larger sensor doesn't need as many pixels to be able to create that color, because you're already getting that light into the sensor that you're not getting through a smaller sensor. Understandable.
Right, 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 right. I just got into contact with Louis P. Floyd,
Now,
and he was saying he was ready to come in anytime. He can come in
you can
if
come
he's
into the
listening in
feed
the
room, but
cut.
what we're a little bit behind, but I just wanted
Yeah.
to mention real quick. There's a few other things that's also, we had the other picture from that box leak
Yes.
out there, but I
Yes.
didn't want to get into the specs that they had.
Yeah, go for it. Yeah, they say Mini 5 Pro, ultra light and full, well, 1-inch image sensor up to 4 kilometers, 4K, 120 frames per second, true vertical shooting, and
Mm.
225-degree gimbal rotation, meaning it can go horizontal and or vertical and slightly past that axis. 48 millimeter telephoto lens. I mean, night now. Here's something: Nightscape omnidirectional obstacle sensing with forward-facing lidar. Key selling feature: that active track for running, cycling, and more, and a 36-minute flight time. Now, getting back to that Nightscape omnidirection obstacle sensing, right
Yeah.
now, I can tell you that that's the key selling point in that drone because that's one of the few drones that has lidar. They did come out with one. I think the Air 3 or one of those also has LiDAR. Okay. And for flying at night,
Hmm.
that's specifically what it's for.
Well, I do know that that drone is supposedly operating on the O4 transmission system and will be sold with either the RC2 or the DJI RCN3, the new
Yes.
vaccine controller.
Yes.
And that's a picture of the drone there. And
With
so,
forward facing LiDAR, camera that can turn vertical, etc. But because of the 1-inch sensor, I want one. Definitely. But anyway, we got time for a sponsor and then we can start FPV Corner.
we got a sponsor. Yeah, we have a sponsor to get to, and then we'll be back. For those of you who are part 107 and looking to scale your operations, and you just want to get out and do all the work and leave the office work to someone else, then Drone There is for you. This is where you can find all the tools to make you a more knowledgeable pilot and just get out there and get the work done. A place where you can build reputations with new clients, book appointments, and still get the work done. Then Jonah Dare is for you. Place to build a website, then Jonah Dare is for you. Check out the link in the description. Jonah Dare is for you. And now we have a small segment in the show that seems to be one of the more popular segments in the show, where we have featured drone pilots, the flying FPV
FPV drone pilots.
community. we have coming up.
Welcome, Mr. Lewis P. Floyd,
Gentlemen,
FPV pilot. FPV pilot I've known for a long time.
Yes.
He's in the list of 100 people that I've called,
Yes.
or not called, but hit on Messenger. Please help. I'm stuck. I don't know what I'm doing. How are you, Lewis?
How are you doing?
you should ask me on another day, but
I know. You had after going through this day that he texted me, I was like, oh God, he's having a worse day than the average bear.
yeah, it was a little rough. I got through it, but this is what saves me. This is one of the cool things that I've found in life that you can't replicate. You can't.
That distracts you
Nope, you can't.
Yeah, yeah,
and keeps your head clear and things like that. I totally get it because I find I edit my best videos and do my best flying when I'm pissed off or mad.
yeah. Well, I'm a musician too, so I take a lot from that. I find it funny when I first started out in this. Gosh, almost 10 years ago. A lot of people were musicians or are musicians that fly FPV or fly drones just in general, because a lot of the stuff that you have to learn and train yourself to do is very, you know, one goes with the other. You got to practice. You got to know what you're doing. You got to have some confidence in yourself. Um, so it really lended to it when I found it, and when I found FPV. Uh, it was something that I was like, wow, I can create art, I can build something,
Mm-hmm.
I can fly it.
Mm-hmm.
It just was like it hit all the cool markers. So, but we seem to be in trouble nowadays. Everybody, the camera drone guys, the
Yeah.
FPV guys and girls, and oof.
Well, it's funny because I had wanted to ask you, with all of this going on, I don't know how much you keep abreast of what's going on in the drone community, in the drone world, but being an FPV pilot, it's hard not to because your parts that you buy are affected. You are affected mentally just by dealing with all of this stuff, if you know what I mean. Flight controllers have almost tripled in price in comparison to what we used to pay 3 years ago, 2 years ago.
Yeah, the economy is tanking. The world is on fire, and I still want to fly FPV. What do I do?
You know what? I hear you. I hear you definitely.
um, yeah, well,
We
so I guess what I have to say to that is us nerds, you guys
Yeah,
included,
yeah.
have probably got a little bit of a stockpile. I'm happy flying what I fly. I
Hmm.
probably shouldn't let you people know what I fly because you all get all pissy at me. So I got to be careful. I'm kidding. I fly a mix of DJI goggles with FPV. I've got the good old 5 inches with the air unit, but
Okay.
that's an old one. I'm a big techie guy. I like to be the first one in the pool, but for
Yeah.
FPV,
That was an original air unit, and she's still flying, right? If it
dude, I
ain't
have
broke, don't
like
fix it.
I've got 7 of them.
got to take
Wow.
care of it.
2 brand new.
Oh,
Some of them
nice.
are a little ish, but they all fly well. I got version 1 goggles. As I said, I'm a techie. I like to jump in first, but not with FPV. Mm-mm.
I have my V2s right here.
There you
I,
go.
I I have my V2s, and I'm glad I still do because my V2s I rooted them, so they work with the Caddx nebulas, and I can fly Caddx Nebula and O3 systems. I have 3 Caddx nebulas and about 4. O3 units, and I can fly all of that stuff with those goggles.
And that's kind of my point. We're in a spot where don't break anything, at least
Hmm.
for a couple of years until things get figured out, till the shit stops hitting the fan and splatting us all over the face.
Well,
Um,
eh,
be,
go
because
ahead.
what else are we going to be able to do other than either use the parts that we still have, um, or buy? And that's a
Yeah.
problem too, because the slow boat to China is getting even slower.
Yes, yes, yes. I know, I know. This applies to camera drone guys as well as FPV
We'll
guys.
be like
If you
Cuba.
don't have spare parts and you don't know how to fix your drone, fly it like it's glass.
Yeah, man.
Put
Seriously.
bubble
But I wanted
plastic
to
on
right, I wanted to ask you real quick. With the state that of the state of the world, I'm noticing more and more, and I'm sure you've noticed this also. These guys, Mr. Steele and all these Zoe FPV, you're not seeing them output as much stuff as they used to.
Like
And
Kaiser Sose.
they're slowly disappearing into the wind. You know, that if you watch, there are certain people out there that used to put out a video every week, you know, because those guys, they got sponsored, right? They would get flight controllers, all of that stuff has stopped.
Yeah. Well, not so much. Not so much. A lot of them. Um, not to say that I'm friends with any of them on Facebook or anything like that, but I've watched like Mr. Steele, a lot
Mhm.
of it. Like Ledrib back in the day. We've lost a
Yeah,
lot of good.
before they joined the Rotor Riot
Yeah, the
warmongers.
Red Cat and all that stuff. But there were other pilots that were lost even before those guys, like Metal Danny, uh,
Yeah,
uh, Gapit, if
yeah,
anybody knows him.
yes.
Guys like, geez, just a ton of them that used to Nurk, Umagod. Uh, they used to be great videos just to watch.
Yes,
Bot
yes,
Grinder
man,
is
yeah.
still grinding along, and he's even pulling back too just recently. Um, it's plateaued a long time ago, and now here's the drop off.
Well, see,
Not only
here's something that might be considered. And I watched a drone cam's video earlier this week, or a day or two ago, and he says we have to stop and think about this. We're at a time in tech where we have to become, and these are his words, we have to become innovative, like we were in the early days of FPV and RC planes.
yeah,
Like there are platforms out. He mentioned something. Open IPC is something the Linux based
that's a new
protocol.
well, it's a new hybrid for HD, and it's open sourced, um, HD FPV, which is what, like, I believe, uh, what was it, Frostbite and Zero and stuff, way
HD0, yes,
HD Zero
HD0.
way back in the day with Fat Shark were trying to do, and just never came
Well,
to.
that's one of the ideas, and another idea that he brought up. He said, get a pair of HD zeros because they work with basically everything out there, or most of the popular stuff out there, on the analog on the early digital side.
Yep.
And he said we can go back to using that older stuff. It's a lot cheaper. But instead of talking about all of that, I got a video of yours. I got to show real quick. Ask you a
Yeah.
few questions, few more questions. I appreciate the video. This video is not. This video is protected because it was custom music created for the video, which is good. So we don't have to worry
Right.
about a copyright strike or anything like that.
No, it's
This
one of
is a
my former
courtyard.
students. One of my former students composed it years ago.
But this is a courtyard. Is this by the school where you teach? Is this where you teach by
No,
chance?
no. This is actually, where the heck was this? This a couple of meetups ago with some friends. I believe this is Cuga Community.
Okay. And for those of you who don't know, you are in the educational system. What do you do?
Yes, I'm a music teacher.
Okay,
I'm a
okay.
band teacher more specifically, but yeah. One of my main emphasis in getting into drones, not only because it's a hobby, but I work very closely with the BOCES that are around me. I work
Good
very
recovery.
closely with the teacher centers, And
Yeah.
I put a lot of work into creating and writing curriculum for kids to get into tiny whoop FPV racing and building.
So, quick question: have you looked into does your where you live, do they support the STEM programs, or is there anyone pushing for that? Because I found out recently that all schools, starting from middle school up to high school, can get some kind of help or government assistance to start a STEM program in their school.
Well, okay, so you guys are down in the city. I'm up
Yeah.
upstate where all the trees are, and it's a little bit different educate.
Not trees.
It's a little bit different where with the education how it goes. There's STEM up everybody's butt here. We
Oh,
have
get out.
these extraordinary classes that are called PTECs that kids from component schools of the BOCES can go to and study
Okay.
just very particular STEM oriented stuff. A lot of it is robotics, coding, STEM stuff. I like to still put that A back in there and call it STEAM because there's the arts aspect to it,
Right.
So I use the FPV hook to get a lot of kids interested in, what a drone does and how it flies and what we can do with it afterwards. We're done playing with it, camera
Right.
drones, agriculture, just a whole myriad of things.
I'm
So
going to stop this video here. So
Yeah.
this way, if they want to finish watching the video and support your channel, they can go to your channel. Keep going there. What were you to finish what you were
So-
saying?
so my big idea is to try and create a pipeline of interested students that want to build, program, and pilot flying robots. So
Nice.
the idea has been out there for a while. I've created and helped create 2 different drone-oriented groups in my area. One called CNY Drones, which I'm no longer really affiliated with, but they do a lot of great things. They do these things called
Nice.
drone soccer,
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
where
I remember that.
We've done
Yeah.
stories.
I remember that.
if you know anything about it, it's basically like Quidditch from Harry Potter with drones. They put
Mhm.
5 bald drones like
We did a
fly in,
we did
in
a story
cage.
on it.
Yeah. Okay. So it's a great program. The college just right up next door to me is hosting a STEM camp just this
Okay.
week that one of my buddies is working at and helping with. He also works with and helps with CNY drones, getting that sort of stuff going.
Well,
I also
listen,
work. Yeah.
I
And I
wanna
also
put-
work with another. I'm sorry. What?
No, I sorry for interrupting. I wanted to put
No.
this out there. If your school or those organizations have something going on, I mean, we're not a very large channel, but if you ever want something to get out there, forward it to me and we can put it on the Those Guys page. And anyone who's in that area, it may affect them, it may not.
Yeah, most definitely. I'm one of the moderators for Drones Over New York, and we have quite a big reach. And they're predominantly drone guys and gals, but I have that FPV niche, and I know the main content creator from there and from years back. So I do like moderating for FPV and stuff like that. So I put a lot of stuff out there, and I know you guys have quite the following, both at your channels individually too. So I appreciate that.
A little.
It's okay.
Yeah.
Well, it's more than me. I only have like 700 now. I've been pushing to try and get more subscribers, but I don't push really hard on it. I really like the art aspect of it and the fun of flying, and I can really give an F about a lot of things that I should give more of an F about. But in our current climate and where I live and how I do things and mitigate,
And life in general.
yeah.
You know
Life
what,
in
Lou?
general dictates you do certain things before you fly, before
Right.
you know. I get
Right.
it. Listen,
You know,
I just
we
go ahead,
haven't
Herman.
we haven't been on a live stream together in years.
I know.
Okay.
Back in the old days, a Canadian drone hub, baby.
Yes, yes,
You know,
yes.
but I'm listening to some of the things that you were taught. I remember you were a school teacher, but We have to have you back on the show to talk more about these programs that you're affiliated with.
Hell yeah.
So we can get it out there more, because I think there's more than just the next drone that we can buy to fly. It's more to the drone industry, the drone world, the drone community.
Right, and we don't always want to. We don't always do DJI stories. We do stories about schools that are doing things with the kids, like with what you're talking about. We're trying to get stories, because you can't talk DJI all freaking day.
Yeah. Well, here,
You know.
Oh,
Oh yes. You got to help us with this before you get out of. We've been
Yeah.
failing at this.
Yeah.
We've been giving away. We're supposed to be giving away drone strobe lights for everyone that comes on FPV Corner. So in the chat, are you on a PC?
I
Because
am.
in the chat, I can type in a box.
what
Can
we got? How
you
many people watching?
see this in the chat there in Evil Mux? And what Herman is going to ask you, we got 20. I see 20 people watching, Herman. So
We
make
got
There
it
it
20
is.
people watch. We got 20 people
Spin it
watching,
up. See
right?
who gets it.
So if we double that number, that's what?
40.
40.
Okay.
Let's round it up to a near 50.
Okay. So
Zero, 0 to 50.
give me a number in that
Between
window
0 to 50.
that I just typed
0
in.
to 50.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a
No.
perfect number. There's a perfect number I can give you. Are you ready?
For 0 to 50. From 0 to 50. No. You got to put in the chat here.
No. In the private chat.
In the
Oh,
private
in the
chat
private
here.
chat. Oh, good thing I didn't say anything. Okay. All right. Where's that private
Okay,
chat?
look on the screen there. I should type to you again. Can
Yeah.
you see this? And I just typed it.
That might not come up where he
Well,
can see that.
you know what?
I'll have-
It'll be easier.
Okay, hold it. Let me
I'll
type.
message you. I'll message you real quick.
Yeah, on Messenger. Got it. One, don't start until I see, but one, not yet, Baba Ho. Not until, okay, I do have the number
It's
in
a
my
very
mind.
special number.
Start after that number I just typed. You can start now. I got it.
Okay.
Thank you, Paul. But this, like I said, we don't just, you guys can start typing if you want. Guess a number between 1 and 50 to win this drone strobe light. And
Whoever's closest, right?
whoever's closest, yes. I'm actually even
Whoever
refreshing.
gets the number.
Yes. Okay. I got the numbers in my head already. I've not seen it yet. Keep going.
It's
Keep
popping.
going.
15,
You guys keep going.
33,
Now keep in
33.
mind, it's about an 8 a second. Dude, somebody was close.
Ooh,
There was about an
44,
8-second
50.
delay.
You know
So
the number.
I know the number.
1.
Keep going.
Yeah, I got a bunch of screens in front of me, and it's all delayed. I don't know
Oh,
which.
don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. I still see from 0 to 50. Yes, he did say from 0 to 50. Come on, guys. There's only about 20 of y'all in there. Somebody can stop right there. Eldon got it. 42.
Oh, there it is. Life
Eldon got it.
universe and
42.
everything.
Number 42.
Thank
Take
God
off,
I
lift,
had
and
to send
land.
it to Canada.
Okay.
Any Douglas Adams fans in here?
Hey, Rob. Good morning. Down
Oh my
under.
God.
Good morning to Rob and Sue down in Australia. How are you guys? Your package is on the way, Rob. I sent Rob some cigars and something nice for his wife, Sue. Because they're going to
You
send us a
never
care
asked me
package.
for the box.
No, they're going to send us a care package this year, and they're going to give us some stuff to give away on the stream. But
Yeah,
Lewis,
you asked me
I
for
want to
this.
keep in touch with you, man. I know you're busy. I'm busy, especially with the day you had today. And we'd like
Yeah.
to have you on to talk more about the program that you do in your school.
Well, let me give
Yes,
you
we
just
do.
a real quick feeder on my project that I'm working on now. In
Go for it.
association with these guys, Salt City Racing, most people know them
Okay.
by their real name, We Bleed FPV.
Okay.
The founder and owner of that, We Bleed FPV, good old Jeff Grabowski, and I have
Mhm.
something planning here in Syracuse, New York. We're going to be trying to team up with this place called Elite Gaming.
Okay.
Elite Gaming has lots
Heard of
of
'em.
gaming rigs for esports, lots of
Really?
spots for a lot of Wi-Fi, and I don't know, what are you guys doing? YouTubing and what do the kids call it? Streaming. Oh, that's it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's going to be a huge place for digital content creation
Nice.
and play. And guess what we're trying to get in there?
FPV.
These little guys.
Whoops.
Woo!
Whoops.
So we're going
Tiny
to be
whoops.
the tiny
Oh,
whoops and the beastie tiny whoops with the wee bleed fire motors that'll
I'm
send you through
looking.
the
I
roof.
see real motors, not unbrushed.
No, these feel now like 5 inch. I can
Wow.
freestyle around my cat with this baby.
Wow. Listen, keep us in the loop with what's going on, man.
Oh, most definitely, guys. Thank you so much for
And
having me.
not a problem. I appreciate you coming on.
Sure.
I'm sorry to hear about all the mayhem you experienced earlier, but after this, find a quiet corner and just turn the lights off and go, it's over.
There's always the other side.
Thank you, man. Thank you. I
Thank
appreciate
you.
you for coming on.
Bye,
And
guys.
we
Thanks
will
so
have
much.
you back on definitely again. All right.
Yes, definitely. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Lewis. And I'll
Bye
push
bye.
up your page again.
Yes. There's also a link in the description
Yes, yes, yes.
below for
Please go
his
by and support Lewis T.
YouTube
Floyd.
information. Wow,
We've
I haven't
known
seen Lewis
we've
in a
known him
minute.
for a while. I've gotten lots of help from him, or yelled help. What can I do? And he's a good person all out, as you see.
Hmm.
A few people said thank you, Lewis. So thanks, Gary, for the likes for
Thank you,
for
Gary.
the like charge. He's trying to get us to 30 again.
Gary never hit me up with his address to send him that stroke.
Yeah, Gary, you got to send Herman your address. Not on YouTube, on
No,
Facebook.
not in the chat either. But you know what, Lawrence?
Yes.
Wanted to talk to you a little bit about drones delivering hope. Yes, the how Texas wild life
Yes.
officials use UAVs to
Drones for good.
aid flood victims. These are drones that are saving lives, doing things for good. This is one of the things that really attracted me to the drones. And when I saw that they were using them in this
hmm
capacity, um, because this was one of the things that they did out with drones from day one.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah, so from what I was reading there, I saw that this happens to be what is it? This was what the one of the first of its kind missions for this agency for this Texas wildlife uh, agency. This is the first time they've ever had to do something like this, um, where drone operators were able to actually, believe it or not, from one of the stories they mentioned, that was be able to take a life jacket to a woman who was trapped on a rooftop of a house that was caught up in the floods.
Yes.
Uh, drones were being used for rescue and recovery efforts out there, and we understand and know exactly what that's about and how that's actually done properly.
Yeah.
Um,
We've done a few ourselves.
comes to talking about that, but drone pilots, that that were assembled for this one came from multiple government agencies online, as well as non-government organizations, like how we've put our name on lists for to be able to be called in case stuff like that is needed. It's funny. And when it comes to different states like Florida, Texas, and so on, I've never been called to go to those places. I guess they've got a lot of pilots in those places.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah. Right.
God for that. That they've had enough guys to be able to man that.
hmm
So, I don't know. What do you think on that? Because I look at this
Well,
and
at
look
a
at
time with at a time with what's happening in the world of drones, and new drone companies are launching, and
right
drone companies are trying to just make a dollar.
out of 15
Everything
cents.
that I learned drone related when I got into drones was all
Mm,
drones for good. I
mm.
didn't see them taking FPV drones and attaching bombs to them and shit when I started flying drones.
Right, right,
You
and that
understand?
that wasn't a thing,
Right.
and that
That wasn't what got me
to
into flying
me
drones.
as a drone pilot, that's still not a thing,
Right. But
you know.
where I'm going with this is people are being introduced to FPV drones now, and
Hmm.
they know of them because of the Ukrainian war and stuff like that. And where I'm going with this point is there was a time you got
Hmm.
into drones because you liked the technology. Like Lewis P. Floyd said, we're all nerds. We like the technology. We like what it can do. You can take pictures, you can fly. The closest you can come to flying like a bird. But now people are getting into the drone world or drone life, and they know drones as weapons, not
Hmm.
recreational vehicles. So now when
Right,
they like New York is fear mongering, you know, people see a drone, they're like, "Oh my God, call the cops!" You know,
but I think that's always, and I said this years ago on the live stream. When you continue to promote fear mongering,
mm-hmm.
when you want to steal the hobby, because I knew it was coming. When you want to steal the hobby away to use it for your own need, how are you going to convince the people that you're good?
Right, right. You're 100% right about that.
And
Whereas
that's why
Texas,
ACLU has always got into the whole thing, you know?
right here,
The,
Texas is saying Texas Parks and Wildlife Department, TPWD, they
mm,
help respond in disasters, deploying UAVs, helping
mhm,
in all kinds of efforts. They just started doing this, and
mm,
look at what good has come from it. And yet we're at a state where the drones that they're using and the drones that we're using, we won't be able to use anymore. So we're going to have to go out, we're going to have to break bread, and instead of
eventually.
spending $6,000 on the next enterprise drone, we're going to have to spend $12,000 to buy the next enterprise drone.
And you see that
And we're
that's
going to have
hurt,
to eat that
but it's
if we want
hurtful.
to keep doing what we're doing.
It's hurtful
Yeah,
to
yeah.
continue to grow. But
And Herman said, but
you
you
have
said
to
this a long, but hold on, you said this a long time ago. You said the reason that all of this is happening is to squeeze out the lower, the small guy, the small, the small guy that's out there got a drone that's just taking pictures and uploading them for his family to see. He won't be able to do that the way we used to back in the day, where we could get 25 drone pilots, Herman, in New York City and fly from Randall's Island, and the
well,
cops hover in a helicopter and nobody says anything. They knew we.
well, honestly,
You get where I'm going?
I get what you're saying, and I look at and I've said this several times on other live streams that we've done, and I know guys that are listening
Hey,
don't want
Bill.
to hear this. They don't want to hear this, and I really don't care. But when you look at the things that they're doing for with first responders, the things that they're trying to do,
Mm-hmm.
flying any and everywhere, you can become a problem to them,
Yeah.
and they rather not have you there. And I
Right.
said this a long time ago, and guys thought I was joking when I said that they're going to squeeze hobbyists into a park. Forget
Back
about you
and
thinking
back.
that you
No,
can
they're going
use
to squeeze them back into the parks where they
right.
started.
You thinking about you can use some community-based organization rules to fly in any remote area that you want. Watch, okay, try it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Every municipality is pushing for mitigation to stop you from taking off, to stop you from flying, everything. And everything that I've heard from every hearing, even with the FAA just recently,
And
because
we're
we're
going
going
to
to
talk about that later.
talk about that too.
We are 2 minutes past our sponsor.
Oh, okay. Let me go to the sponsor. We'll be right back. For 10% off on all Nanook products, please use Phantom Flight 10 for 10% off from all your Nano products. If you have something that you need to protect from your drones, gimbals, cameras, watches, jewelry of any kind, firearms, whatever it is, they make a case for it. They even do custom cases. Check them out. There's a link in the description. Nano. Nano is the case. Plastic cases up in Canada. That's right. Right.
Yes, I wanted to respond to Eldon really quick in the chat. He said, he said it. We went to the NYPD proposal. Remember, they had that meeting in Manhattan at one
Yes.
police plaza, and they invited all the drone pilots from New York to show up. And I was disgusted at the numbers that showed up at this place because the movie industry was there, the news industry was there, and New York at that time, at any given time during the day, had over 1,000 pilots showing, and we couldn't
Mm-hmm.
even fill a small auditorium. There was maybe about 100 of us there, and they
Mm-hmm.
gave us a chance to show up there. This was before they put that $150 law permit thing into
Oh no,
effect.
that was to tell you that that was going to happen.
Right, but still, as with all the drone pilots in New York, if we had showed up in force, they might have said, "Damn, maybe, we should
Lawrence, I
consider."
don't
I know it
think
was
that
decided already.
I'm not. I'm going to tell you this. I don't believe it would have made a difference. But if I told you the truth as to why they didn't, I would lose a lot of friends.
Yeah, 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 yeah. He's 100% right because a lot of people want to talk this drone stuff and talk this drone shit, but when it comes down to it, when we needed people to show up. Xavier, Drone X Factor, Jeff Norman. I was there. Eldon was there. We had drone pilots from all over New York, but when a meeting or something like that came up, we should have been there in the thousands representing. And the
Were
police
you
right there
flying?
looked around
Were you
and,
flying at this event?
huh? No, that's
Were
why
you,
nobody showed.
that's
Yep.
why nobody showed up.
Yep, you're 100% right. But getting back
Sorry,
to what we
guys.
were talking about,
Sorry, I had to say it. I'm sorry. I had to say it.
right. Even though, right, I agree, Eldon, even though it was already written in stone that they were going to charge us $150, if we had showed up in numbers, it would have meant something. It would have meant that we are a community. So few freaking people showed up to this meeting now. The news and media, they showed up. They held one half of the auditorium. And
Okay.
the other half of the auditorium and standing room only should have been all these drone pilots that are flying all over New York, talking about we're not paying 150, we're not going to do that. But anyway, I digress. Let's go.
Well, what? Well, once again, I just think that I really believe that it wouldn't have mattered, but it doesn't. I don't know.
But you
They were
say
going
you're
to
having you say you're having a secret midnight meetup under the George Washington Bridge. Watch how many motherfuckers
right
show up.
to be the guy that they continuously complain about.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, I
yeah,
know.
yep.
We'll show up for that,
Mm-hmm.
Lawrence.
Yeah.
You know what I wanted to talk to you about next?
What's that?
Well, I mean, I'm quite sure you do, but I mean, maybe you do.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you don't. I don't know.
This is the
Um,
meat of the night, Herman. You
what
know,
happened?
this is the meat of the night. Like usually around 6:30, people start dropping and dropping out, but this is the best story of the night right
Oh
here.
yeah,
This is
because
the meat of our evening.
is it? I don't think so. I think that the best story was the
No,
free
because the truth hurts. Damn it,
because
we about to tell the truth.
well, I'm not going too crazy, but what's new from the FAA? Well, the FAA has published beyond visual line of sight notice of proposed rulemaking. Excuse me.
Yep.
The U.S. Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy unveiled the NPRM, a notice of proposed rulemaking for beyond visual line of sight operations. This proposed rule should provide clarity and believe it or not, an operational framework
Yes.
that the commercial drone sector has been crying for years now. Um, what I'm looking at with this thing is that this also, like I said, this is for commercial drone operations, and it doesn't speak. It's funny because it says commercial drone operations, and a lot of people felt that it had nothing to do at all with any of us. And I think that it kind of the wording is a little tricky, and it kind of and I have to dig into it a little deeper. And we're going to have another discussion on this subject.
Yeah. Yeah. At another time. Yes, definitely.
But
I just wanted to go through the rules that they have written
there's
down.
a lot of wording in it that has to do with FPV and the
Yeah.
usage of obstacle avoidance when it's necessary, when it's not. Um, but this really is about unleashing the American drone dominance, is from what I'm understanding, and it goes back to the like this, all the stuff that the president had his executive orders. But yeah, it's a lot. You were speaking to something that you were saying now, Lawrence.
Yes, the meat of this story is it's official now. We needed to work towards something to perhaps add to be in the Part 108 certificate when they make it official.
Hmm.
And this is the first part of it. Right now, the FAA has said we have come up with the rules that will apply to flying beyond visual line of sight. Okay, one of these rules, and listen very closely, because this
Hmm.
applies to you hobbyists and this applies to you Part 107 pilots out there. As a Part 107 pilot, in order to fly beyond visual line of sight, your device needs to have these safety and risk mitigations. Your drone is required to have detect and avoid technologies, remote identification, and operational limitations to safeguard the national airspace system, meaning it cannot connect to any servers outside of the United States. It needs to have obstacle avoidance, which our drones have, and remote identification, which was a big fail, and they're going to bring up some digital remote ID eventually soon.
No,
So
that's
that
not fail. It's what the original plan was.
right for remote ID, but that's for Part 107 pilots. Now, operator certification, clear standards for pilot and operator qualifications tailored to beyond visual line of sight, meaning that you will probably need to have a Part 108 to do this. Airspace integration. Now, as a hobbyist, the rules are a little different. As a hobbyist in the hobby, you will be delegated to fly in certain areas like Flushing Meadows and places like that. Um, and for FPV pilots, you can, because it's beyond visual line of sight, as an FPV pilot, you of course have to have a spotter with you. And if you're flying beyond visual line of sight, you have to have some type of remote ID, et cetera, detect and avoid on that drone, or it is considered an illegal drone.
Now, from what I'm understanding, there's also certain exemptions in weight and other aspects
Yes,
when it
yes, yes, yes. If you
FPV and
with FP with camera with Part 107, you to be a Part 10 to be a Part 108 or part of this beyond visual line of sight as a Part 107 pilot, you are allowed to fly a drone under 0.55 pounds, which we know standard drones that we usually fly. It has to be under that weight requirement. You can fly FPV. You can fly an FPV drone 5 pounds and below, meaning if you have a 7 inch, because drones get pretty heavy, 3, 4 pounds, 2 pounds.
without
Right.
without obstacle avoidance.
Without obstacle avoidance, yes. Up to 5 pounds. Anything above 5 pounds, it has to have obstacle avoidance. My 7 inch drone isn't above 5 pounds, so I wouldn't worry about it.
Okay.
What else?
Well,
Did we leave anything out?
Well, there's a lot to talk about on this, but this has a 60-day comment on
Right.
this, and
We have the link.
there's a link in the description below for you. You have a link for them to leave comments.
I have it to leave in the comments right here.
There's a
Copying it
link in
now.
the description for this. There's also there's a bunch of stuff there in there. There's a let
We
me
could
get this.
go ahead.
There's a I'm gonna read it out because I know I put it in there.
Go
There
ahead.
is the published for the published beyond visual line of sight proposed rulemaking. There's something there from the Department of Transportation, and there's also a beyond visual line of sight fact sheet. So it's
Yes.
the actual bill, your notice, as well as your fact sheet. So there's this stuff in the description, but you can put it in the
hmm
chat for them to be able to.
I put the drone advocacy because if you go to the main page, they have all of this stuff open. They have one. In fact, let me
For the
just
same comment,
for the same comment on one tab and others as well. Hold
okay,
on a
well, there's
second.
also a link in the description for the Drone
Yes.
Advocacy Alliance.
Yes. Drone Advocacy Alliance. Where the hell did that go?
And
Okay.
there's also a link in there. Also, if you need drone legal representation, you have any issues or problems.
hmm Here, let me just show you real quick. I just got the window back up. If you go to Drone Advocacy Alliance, you can see the window, Armin.
Mm-hmm.
If you go there, you click Take Action, and this campaign. Wait. That's the wrong one. Sorry. It's down here. Then it's this one. Where is it? Drone
Go back.
Advocacy. Go back. Here it is. Home. Here it is. Take action. And these will come up. So you complete the drone security analysis. This is for the NDAA. Support the Drone Act. Law enforcement agencies across the country. If you want to support law enforcement, demand clarity for customs and borders. The New York drone registration. I did this one. No new drone registrations. And the Michigan lawmakers. That's also on there.
Okay.
So
That's not what I was
between
talking about.
you were talking about
If
the
you
link
go
that's in
look
the
in the
description.
link in the description, it's actually to what we were just
Let
talking
me
about.
go there. Let me go there and pull up the link and I'll put it in the chat. Give me a second. Go here. Here. Go ahead. You can keep talking. I'm just pulling up the link from the
That's
description.
the article. There's an article. Excuse me. And that article also has on it for where you can actually not only, I think it has where you can leave comment, but it has to where you can find the rules and that fact sheet.
Okay.
So, and there's the rules, the link to the rules is also in the description.
I'm
And
looking. Why can't I find it?
below those
Oh, I
guys,
got it. I got it. I got it. I got it. I found it right here. I just found it.
and there's the draft of the rules. And I and when we first heard this, it was supposedly for commercial operations, right?
Yes. I'm posting
That's
the fact sheet first, and then I'll post the other one. Fact sheet is a PDF, so you guys want to read it.
the fact sheet is there's a link in, like I said, in the description for the fact sheet.
Okay, yeah, that's why I got it. Department of Transportation. Yep, this one too. Post that one. Copy link, and post that one too.
Right. They're all there. So if anyone anyone is interested in, like I said, it's a
Leaving a comment, you have
60-day
until
comment, 60-day comment, and this is what started the 5th.
yes.
So,
There's all three links. There are all three links. Go and go to the drone advocacy one. I'm sure they're trying to do something in your local state.
the drone advocacy, I didn't see anything in
I'm
there
sorry,
about.
I didn't realize I hadn't stopped shit.
Oh, I didn't see anything in there about the comments on this specific thing on the Drone Advocacy Alliance. But
No.
I do know that the other one on the today is the last day to leave your comments.
Yeah.
So if you haven't,
Well,
get on.
all three links are in the chat there.
Okay.
What is okay? Just looking at numbers, checking the numbers. All right, what's next?
What's next?
Blade.
Well, there's a couple of things that could be next, but one of the things that's happening that I wanted to talk to you about was, and
Mm-hmm.
this one, when I saw this, I thought it was interesting because I'm like, wait a minute, what's happening? But Blade to sell passenger division to Joby. And I know that everybody, like I said, like myself, they said this hasn't even taken off yet, and they're selling off their passenger division to another
Mm-hmm.
airline. And I wanted to know what this was about. But Blade Air Mobility, they happen to announce that they will be selling their passenger division um, to Joby Aviation for up to 125 million. Um, why? Why this is happening? And this was interesting to me. This was the biggest thing because this is, like I said, a big shift in where all of these companies were actually looking to go. And this is a big shift for Blade because Blade is now looking to focus entirely on growing its medical transportation. So they happen to also do drone logistics. They have a logistics business,
Yeah.
and they're going to focus on their medical transport and their logistics. They're going to operate as separately, but under the same umbrella. Um, they're selling off their passenger division because they made deals with, like, I guess with United and all these other companies,
Mm-hmm.
United other companies to do the passenger shuttles from
Right.
cities to major airports.
Right.
So I don't know. What do you think? They shut it down. They're going to
I think
focus.
it's a good. I think it's a good deal. The fact that they're making 125 million by selling a part of their business, and
Mhm.
they're still staying in the drone. Blade is still staying in the drone business. They're just transitioning to medical business only. I think it's a great way to focus. Their passenger drones were one of the first drone eVTOLs to be approved in the states for
I
passenger.
didn't. I didn't think that. I didn't think they were would give that up so quickly. I didn't know there was that much for them to do in the medical transport.
Well, apparently
Especially
there
with,
is because they handle a good majority of medical transport already, and their objective with combustible engines is to replace all helicopters with their fleet.
now, how many times have you heard me say that?
Uh-huh. Right. They're going to get rid
You
of all the
talking about
helicopters.
if you're talking about electric cars, why not replacing helicopters with these electric jets, these electric planes? I just didn't understand why nobody saw that. It wasn't about the fact that it was operate. See, I think what it was everybody got caught up in the fact that they thought that people would be in it without a pilot.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, because we wanted to jump straight from the hovercraft straight to the Jetsons. Oh, it'll fly autonomously,
Right.
4 or 5 passengers. that was the big selling point, because if you remember, that's what Ehang was doing. You put two passengers in the drone,
People in
and
that thing at a time.
right, two people, right. But Ehang started that verbiage, that
And
autonomous
Ehang's
flying.
drone, Ehang's thing, I don't think Ehang's product would have taken off in this country.
No, definitely not. It would have to be much bigger
Europe,
than a damn two-seater.
it's an egg beater.
It is. It is. But you heard what I said. It'd have to be bigger than a two-seater, because
Mm-hmm.
my ass could probably take up both of those seats by myself.
You'd have to have the stick in the middle.
Come on, the people that they had flying in these things, their life insurance policy was canceled, bro. If that thing went down.
Said it
You
was
know us, you
canceled.
know us, you know we're a little bigger and wider, you know. It's
That's what it is.
yeah, that little e-hang thing. If over there it's a two-seater, over here would have been a one-seater like the Jetson one.
Well, I don't know. I've been to some places around town. There's some people who can't go back home.
Yeah, I hear you. Hold on. 'Cause Gary's been pushing to get us to that 30. Have we? We're two away. We're two away and 7 minutes to go. That's right. Pull out those burner accounts and help us get to 30. It's a shame we have to struggle to get to 30. And I thought we had a live stream, Herman, where we talk about informative stuff, and I just don't get it.
Nope.
But if I sit here and go, I have 100 people in here listening to me go about nothing.
Uh-huh.
They'll never figure it out. But who cares? Who cares? We do what we do anyway. Burners on check. Too many barbecues. Dude, not enough barbecues. If I could barbecue every day, I would. When I was with my ex, I used to barbecue in the winter.
You know
Out back. Yeah.
Next week I gotta go to North Carolina.
Yeah. That's right. You'll be in the Carolinas next week.
Next week, Thursday. I'm thinking about taking a drone out there with me.
Why the hell wouldn't you?
Is there anybody in the stream out there? You know what? I'm gonna find out for next week where exactly I'm gonna be at.
Right. Okay.
And I'm gonna let everyone in the chat know where I'm at. And if there's anybody
if he wasn't packing too much stuff to go down there, I'd ride shotgun.
Let me find out if there's room.
Well, if y'all are coming straight back, or y'all going to spend the night at a hotel, let me know what's going on.
No. Hold on. You know, the guy that rides shotgun always want to know if you coming right back. Like North Carolina.
Hey, Lance, I'm just
coming
saying.
right back. I'm gonna go pick up some gum down in North Carolina. Coming right back.
Yeah, I know. That's a long ride, bro.
Right back.
That's a hard ride. No, keep me posted. Let me know. I don't know yet. Technically, I need to keep my behind here in New York, because I'm going back to Philly this weekend anyway.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to Philly maybe Saturday or Sunday. But getting back to what we're talking about.
You know what, though, Lawrence? It's about that time almost. But is there anything?
Not quite.
Yeah, I know. We still got a few minutes. But what I did want to mention, jumping back to the beyond visual line of sight thing, and one of the things, because once again they had the same old players at that FAA hearing with Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy, the people from AUVSI, and
there's 31. Thank you, guys. Go ahead, I'm listening.
And they still had the same verbiage, and a lot of the verbiage, and it's interesting because Sean Duffy himself spoke to the fact that with this unleashing drone dominance, the fact that if America doesn't do something now with its technology or about the technology or taking a hold of the technology, then they know that the tech that they have to use to be able to do it that's capable is someone else's technology. But they do not stop using the verbiage that it's a threat to national security. And I believe that this is why some of the things that you saw, like with the proposed rulemaking for the beyond visual line of sight and where stuff is stored and served.
Right.
And this is actually something that I saw last year when I was renewing my insurance with BWI. They asked me about storing of the data that's captured and how do we take care of the data that's captured.
Mm-hmm.
And I had to give them a whole spiel on what's done with the data that's captured to get the discount in the insurance.
Yeah, that's crazy, right?
So
That's crazy.
I
That, yeah.
get where they're going with all of this stuff with the cybersecurity and the security national threat. But if you keep saying it,
Mm-hmm.
doesn't make it true. Just
I
because you
agree.
keep saying it doesn't make it true. Standing up and proving it makes it true.
Right.
Putting the cards on the table and saying, this is what we found on you, this is what makes it true. But once again, I'll say this, and it doesn't go without the other. This constant verbiage being spoke from these people who make the decisions about the things that go on with drones in their airspace. And they're afraid of people flying around willy-nilly.
Mm-hmm.
And that's their biggest fear because they don't know who's friend or foe.
Right. Right. And once they can identify everybody, go ahead. You can fly. They'll either send you a ticket like they did Nike and Philly. They'll send you a notice, or they'll come knock on your door.
Well, I don't know about if it'll come to all of that. I'm just saying to you, but this is where these are the things that
Fear
they
mongering. I'm fear mongering. Let me
no, but
go.
these are the things that they complain about, and I always tell guys, protect yourself, protect the hobby,
Yeah. And
because
with that,
I
it's
don't
that
know
time.
what else to do, but as far as getting DJI products, just hold on to what you got,
Treat it
protect
like
what you have,
glass.
respect what you have, I should say.
Yes.
Respect,
That's even better
respect your
way.
tools, and your tools will always be there to serve you.
Yes. I agree.
So I just say, eventually, this will all get worked out. I don't know how much it's going to cost us in the long run, but eventually it'll all be worked out. And I know that what they're trying to do is insert the fact that they're going to push for American companies to produce more drones. I'm finally hearing the transportation secretary speaking
Yep.
at least a little bit about consumer drones and the
Right.
fact
At first, you
that
didn't hear anything.
the fact that the Chinese market controls more than 70% of the consumer drone market,
Right.
and those are the drones that are being flown in our airspace as along with enterprise drones. They know they have no other drones that are that capable. So I believe that we will eventually see a clearance to this. They'll still be able to fly your DJI drones, I believe,
Mm-hmm.
maybe at a slightly higher cost. But
Right.
you
Right.
know,
Once
their
they
whole
work
plan
out the numbers.
their whole plan is to phase them out by making them unattractive by cost, and that's what I'm seeing happening. Especially when you opened up the section the 232 on from the Department of Commerce.
That's it,
With
Herman.
that being said, anything else, Lawrence?
No, that's it. We appreciate you
You
guys
don't
for
want to
coming.
tell them to fly safe and
I did it in the chat already.
oh, okay.
Thank you all for your continued support. Until next week, be safe, fly safer.
And with that, we'll see you next time with
With
those
those guys.
guys. Good night,
Night,
everyone.
everyone.
I love those guys.
Yeah, we love you too.
And with that, we're out of here.
Why? Oh no. Because who said what?
Where is it? I can't
Huh?
find it. I can't find it.
Oh, why
I
can't
can't find it. Oh,
I'm one of your biggest
there's too
fans.
much. There we go. There we go. Our biggest fan.